Hey, Welsh Dragon Metals here. Today I'll be showing how to cage multiple beads in a windowed cylinder. That's this thing. Very lovely pendant. Has Malaysian jade within that. Quite difficult to make. Quite complex. And these are all the components that will be needed. Lots and lots and lots of jump rings. 22 of them plus. Many of those little ones there. Those are about 1 to 3 millimeters, something like that. And the outer and inner diameter. And that is the starting of the cage, what you will need, along with 3 split jump rings on each connector. A few tools needed. These can be really fiddly and can take quite some time, so bear with me. Get a bit of a better angle there also. Doing this sort of silently and trying to concentrate while doing so. It's quite difficult. And there's no sun today. I only have like mood lighting in my house, so all energy savers. They're all quite dark. Unless it's night, fully night, in which case it's overly bright. Strange sort of inventions, energy saving smart lights, I guess. Since they're not actually light all the time. Ooh, dog. Again. Must also concentrate on making these things. They can be very fiddly and complex. If you forget your place, you can end up having to build the entire cage again. I know this from experience. It's not fun. Don't recommend it. At all. Love these green beads, these. Sort of look like, I don't know, radioactive orbs or some such toxic thingies. Cage has already come a bit loose. Reposition some of them jump rings. These little cages can get you to be really tearing your hair out with frustration while making them. So beware. That is a thing with these. That's only 2 beads in. And the more you get on there, the more difficult it becomes. Sort of like building a maze. A maze of circular things. Ooh, bead is falling out there. That will happen. It's hard to keep grip at the same time as thread the jump rings through. Been an exceptionally noisy day today in my city. No idea why. It's actually been dull and wet and dark. It has been incredibly busy. Damn it. Bead jumped out. Must be careful of that. Dog. Seeing stuff. Probably calling for other dogs. Yeah. As I said, these can be quite tricky. Cages don't really want to form like the shapes that you're building. And the bead is also pushing them apart while you're building it. So, quite annoying. You can see there's not enough rings on there yet. Only got 3 in there, no 2 in there. This will be the 3rd. Build this cage unassisted now with no bead in the middle in order to fit this 3rd bead. I have to take that out, put it in a different ring. That definitely doesn't want to go in place. Them 2 are okay though. Bad opening angle on some of these jump rings. That can be an issue when doing this also. 2 done. Ooh, crap. Don't want that. As you can see, I gotta hold the cage closed at the same time as building the cage around the beads. Those beads do not want to stay in the cage even if you're building it. Almost lost my place there. Pull all these rings back outwards. See where I even am. Well, 3 on there. Right, 1 to go on that side. Good. Bead should now fit. Indeed. So 3 beads in. Well, this doesn't look too difficult. It definitely bloody well is. It is extremely fiddly. Seems to be missing a ring somewhere. Underneath. No. Oh no, never mind. Alright. Yes, I am missing a split ring. I'll have to get another. The appropriate size. One seems to have been lost in transit. Move this box around quite a lot as I carry my pliers and cutters and wire benders and other tools within it. Wire pipe cutters, things like that. Same all over again, same routine of placing jump rings. Didn't actually open this one. Last bead in place. This is the tricky part, I always find, and that is placing a ring on the top along with the tiny split rings needed to secure it, which you've got to beef up on. Not just 1 or 2, but you need 3 all the way around on each connection, so times 4. Which, yes, can be quite tricky. I'm very, very carefully place this down. so I can work on making that component that I was just on about, which will need split rings, just tiny ones. So pick this back up now. All the beads falling out. It's difficult. I don't like it. Got it. No, I haven't. I have. Oof. I know. As I said, there's like a siren of some kind in the background. That's quite distracting. Damn it, a little split ring fell in. Jump ring. Talking quite quietly as it's quite quiet at the moment. It's helping me concentrate on this sort of difficult assemblage. Damn it, this is actually bigger than I need, this jump ring. Damn it. Which size is it? Gotta be the secondary size. Bit smaller. No. So there's a third one in then. Many different sizes of jump ring and split ring. Very thin gauge of these. A little bit too much. Let's go through there. One tiny split ring, jump ring. Keep making that mistake. Damn it. Difficulties. Gotcha. Okay. Sort of losing it a bit there. Stop that. Extremely doesn't want to stay in place. Damn it. These things flick around really easily. Too much. Oh crap. Okay, just falling apart on me now. Got it. Right, there's two on there. I need two more. That'll secure the top in place, and then I can begin reinforcing the cap. Damn it. Quite hard work, these pendants, as you can see. Yeah, worth it though. And can be made with a variety of tasty looking beads. semi-precious stones. Might be good for regular size stones. Can't get that split ring there. Oh, there we go. Just as I said. Carefully close that up. This is just to secure it in place. More will be added. And the rings that were not fully or cleanly closed more properly. You'll see the reason for that once it's fully finished. As once I have that attachment mechanism on the top, it allows for a swiveling connection to it. Makes it dangle very nicely. Just closing these rings up a bit more tightly now. And carefully. Which is very, very tricky, very slow, painfully slow process. But it is required for making these things. If you try and take this any faster, you will slip, most likely. And all the beads will fall out, and you will end up pulling your hair out. Going, ah. So, I don't advise that. Okay. Cage is secure. Now, I must reinforce all of the cage bits to have 3 like this one, in order to enable a swiveling pivot on the top, which should be pretty cool. Move the split rings out of the way. Does it look like I won't need them now? Let's tidy up this jump ring, split ring. I suppose it depends on what country you're in. These are not the only cool pendants that I've made recently. Check out some of my other cool pendant videos, as I have been making a lot of very nice copper pieces lately. Which are easy and simple, even for a beginner. Whereas this is more of a, I guess, intermediate sort of thing, kind of a complicated cage. It's an extra complex way of caging multiple beads. You can actually make them even more complex by adding more rings on the inside patterns, on the window sections, with even smaller split ring jump rings. Which ends up with a thoroughly ridiculous looking cage. May in fact make one in the future, but it will probably take a very long time, judging by how long these ones take. These take about half an hour to make. Most good pendants take that amount of time. And are worth good value due to the time that it takes to make them and the fiddliness of this, which is very annoying actually. It's not like caging a single bead. Caging a single bead is relatively simple. I have a video on that, check it out, with a tri-cage, so a triangular cage, pyramidal, very pretty. Again, however, it is a sort of similar work, very complex. Closing these jump rings up while reinforcing all the way around. That's 6 jump rings times 2, so 12, plus the ones on the bottom. So you've got 24 of these tiny rings that need placing, plus 22 of the larger rings. And then you need 3 for the top, so we're going to use a whole lot of jump rings on these builds. Which cost a little bit. This one's a bit tangled. Take that ring a bit. There we go. Very nice. So now to make the pivot, got the 3 rings at the top here now, times 4. So thread these rings through 1 on each side, so it sort of dangles at an angle, and then put another one on the other side, and a big one in the middle connecting them both, which will give you a nice pivot, which will swing freely. Show now. That's at an angle, that is, at the moment. Whereas when the pivot attaches, get it nice and straight, so better for necklace use or even a pair of earrings. See? And that is why I wanted that, because it swings much better from a stationary ring. So there's how to build a windowed multi-bead cylinder. How beautiful is that thing? Took me about half an hour as I expected. Quite complex build. One of my more complex builds, but sure not be my last. I have many more to come. So keep an eye out. And I will also update my eBay with things that I will be selling from them creations. These will eventually be among them, with a variety of tasty beads within them. Semi-precious stones like the green Malaysian jade. Highly pretty. Look at that. Probably look good in gold or gunmetal also. Well, till next time.